Okay. Next selection making technique. I'm gonna try quick selection, but don't let the name fool you, okay? Because it's not quick. Anywho, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up this picture, and the reason why we're doing this one is because it works for. Hang on a second. It works for fuzzy pictures that have hair or like trees that have really fuzzy edges. And most of the other selection tools kind of don't work for that. So file open is how I do it. I think you could probably do it other ways, but that's how I do it. So I have this picture of my dog, Mr. Pickles. And I chose it because not only is it fuzzy, but the background's almost the same. Watch the cord. Watch the cord. As the dog. So it won't work for color range or any other selection tool, okay? So basically, whoa, you okay? Okay. So basically you're gonna go over here to this, I don't know, blob or whatever, object selection. Go to quick selection. Okay, this is gonna be a very poor selection that we're ultimately just gonna change and fix. Image analysis, come on. So again, lots of slowness, lots of waiting, okay? That's what Photo P is all about. Lots of delays. Gertie, watch out for the cord. Okay, come on, buddy. Now, come on, buddy.
Come on, what? Who, buddy?
Okay, that's terrible.
Are you talking about buddy?
I'm talking about Do-Man, actually.
Then Carrie.
But really, it doesn't matter. Here, I'll try to do it one more time and see if I can make it any better. I believe the selection I made the first time was really no better than that.
My wall crawler is broken again. My wall crawler is broken again.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry, honey. I think that toy's just really cheap, you know?
It's just a toy. It's a prize, Mommy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so each time I do it, it just gets progressively worse. I just should have kept the first one. Okay, so whatever. I'm just going to stop while I'm ahead. So anywho, you can see that things are selected, but it's not anything like what should be selected. It's not just the dog at all. Although I do see some edges that are all right. So what we're going to do now is go to this function. It's called Refine Edge. Now, I think you can get to Refine Edge from here, but it also shows up right here. Okay, so this is going to take a minute, I think. So now it's going to load up as this totally weird split screen. Wait. Here, I'll pause it while we're waiting.
Daddy chocolate. It's basically chocolate that my dad makes.
Oh wait, never mind. It came up. So my bad. Also, my kindergartner's doing class here next to me. Okay, so sorry about that. Anyways, all right, now you can see it looks really weird, right? Now it's like this split screen, and the selection I made with quick selection is showing up over here on the right. But weirdly, what we're going to do in Refine Edge is we're going to change our selection on the left, and it's going to show up on the right. So this is time consuming, but it does really work. It is ultimately the best way that I've seen to do fuzzy soft images. So, I mean edges. So I'm going to turn the size way down. Let's see. Maybe that's too, I don't know. Maybe I'll put about 85. It's kind of a push and pull between, you want to use the smallest brush. I mean, you want to use the largest brush that you can so that it doesn't take forever, but you know, if it's too big, it doesn't look realistic. So I'm going to turn the hardness down to not too much. 80% is fine. Okay. Also, I like to zoom in, of course. And with this, it seems like what I've been doing is just using my fingers, but this is the highest level really that this program can operate at, Photopea. So you're gonna find that it is slow and often confused, you know? Wow, look at that hair. So like I do just one little zoom in, and before you know it, it's like I'm a centimeter away from his nose, you know? So I need to do one more. Oh, stop it. And then I also have trouble because, here we go. Okay. So here's the whole deal with this, okay? Black is gonna be for taking things out of my selection. White is gonna be for adding things to the selection, and gray is gonna be for edging, like where I want like some fuzziness to show. Okay, I think you'll see what I mean once I get into it. But over here, all right, white is for adding to the selection, and this right here for some reason didn't get initially, you know, selected. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to add all this stuff that didn't get selected into the selection. Now, as long as I'm moving this thing and I don't let go of my trackpad, oops, that went too far, it will let me keep going. But as soon as I let go of the trackpad, as soon as I stop, it's gonna freeze up for a second while it changes the image on the right. See? So it takes a second, but what it ultimately does is it applies the changes that you make here to the screen on the right. And if you had like a super fast internet connection, it would probably be faster, but you know, I don't. So anyway, all this stuff needs to be added to the selection right here too, right? Okay, so it's unfrozen. You know, when it freezes, there's nothing you can do besides just wait. It's just loading information. And if you have some money and you don't want to deal with this, get Photoshop. It's $9.99 a month for students and teachers. Okay. But, you know, we also could just like say, no, I'm not spending money. I got the time. I can wait. All right, so I'm adding all this here stuff. And yes, there's a foot back there, but I'm not going to add it because it looks weird. It looks even weirder. And you can kind of see that it's laggy and it's slow, but you just have to have patience. Okay, so I added all that in, right? I'm going to take a second. It's going to fill up that hole over there.
Hey.
Dorothy, do not, I mean, Gertie, don't cut Dorothy's picture. That's her art project.
I didn't cut it.
Here's some paper if you want to use it, okay?
I didn't cut it.
I know, but just like don't touch her picture. She's gonna go insane.
But he's not up yet.
Yeah, but she'll find it. Sorry, kid problem. Okay. So let's do black because I want to remove all this. I don't want this in the selection, so I'm gonna remove it with the black. Now, since it's such a big area, save yourself a little time. You could crank up the size. Come on, buddy. Come on now. Go away. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna fill all this with black. And you can see what it does is it starts to remove it on the right side. But I think it's frozen because I clicked too many times. It's mad at me. Patience. Patience. All right, I'm going to stop the video, give it some time to catch up. Okay. All right, it's okay now. It's okay now, I think. Oh, goodness, what is this thing doing over here? Oh, I don't want that. Okay, because I made a boo-boo, all I was trying to do is move that circle. I don't know why, but it's running so slow. But you should know if something like that happens, there is no like undo. I don't see the history palette or the undo button showing up in this mode. It looks like the only thing you can do is physically undo it. So right now I've got it clicked on white, which is the opposite of black. Oh, and I'm undoing the work that I did. But now it's gonna freeze for a second while it fills that hole back up. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna switch back to black. And all of that happened just because I decided to change the size of the tool. So one thing you'll find is a lot of times you just end up using the same tool for everything because you just don't want to deal with the slowness of making changes. Also, this computer is a little slow. Maybe your computer won't be as problematic. This computer's like, I don't know, it's got a long history. Okay. So I mostly filled in that big space. So now I'm gonna wait a sec. Not filled in, but erased. It's kind of like erasing. It's like I got rid of it. Okay, now I'm gonna get this tool back to smaller. Let's see what 68 looks like. That looks good. Yeah, sure. Hang on, just. Hey, Dave, do you got it or you want me to get it? Okay. Okay, wait. There's still some areas up here that I need probably to black out. Okay, now I gotta wait. All right, let's talk next about what the gray. The gray is like the whole reason. Oh, there's a big one right there. Yeah, and bring her one of the expo markers. Okay, so the reason why this whole mode even exists is because of this. It will select just a little bit. It will select just a little bit instead of giving it a hard edge, it will give it like a dissolve. Because ideally what you want is some of that hair, but not the background. Okay, still frozen. Okay, there we go. See? So it is a lot of work to get to this point, but you can see it totally does work. It like, gives you a little bit of a fade out. It gives you a little bit of that hair. But, you know, it's not going to look totally realistic, but when you put it on a background, if you put it on the right kind of background, it should look okay. So wait, what did I get here? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. The tool went too far. But that's okay. I'll go back and fix it, which is what I've been doing this whole time, just constantly refining it. So anyway, I'm not going to make you watch the whole deal because there's a whole nother second part to this video where I've already done all that stuff and I end up just showing you how to do the whiskers. But that's the basic premise here. You can see your goal is to make the whole edge of it look like this. So you're going to do like a basic cutout with the black, adding back in things with the white, and then you're going to hit that edge with the gray until you get this nice dissolve-y hair. And stay tuned for part 2.